Well, good morning, sports fans. We reach on Roseman, California. Yada, yada, yada. 7:08 in the morning. It is July 17th, 2020, Friday. Pisses me off this morning is when I'm on social media. And I'm in a group that deals with my town that I live in here. I came to this town about 5-6 years ago. My brother and I were looking for a cheap rent after our mother passed away back in 2013. We had a trailer home, lost the trailer home due to some scoundrels, shall we say. And through some legal maneuvering, they managed to get their way into the home, kick us out, and then for about a month being homeless. And some charity with a lot of people there out there, they helped us to get a new home, an apartment. It's basically a roof over the head. I'm not going to grudge all over that. During that time, I'm trying to get used to the town. I'm trying to get to know the town online. And what I keep noticing is there's a dichotomy. There's a different mentality than what I'm used to. I'm liberal. I'm broad-minded. I like to keep my mind open as much as possible. There are certain theories I accept and other theories I don't accept because I know they're false. Only because of experience has taught me much. When I keep seeing a town so full of piss and vinegar, anger and hate, and a lot of fear-mongering, it should not surprise the daylights out of me when people go for conspiracy theories all the time. People who have insecure minds and trust issues a great deal with whatever they're learning, they don't trust anything else but the next word of somebody else, and they're playing the telephone game. If you ever went through elementary school and you were introduced to a game by the teacher, the teacher would bring you into a group circle. In this circle, she is the originator of the message. She is trying to teach people something. And one message is given, and it goes around the room. It gets to you. You hear something totally different because you've been hearing all the different variations. And by the time you get to it, there's something wrong with it. And by the time the teacher gets to it, it's completely fabricated. Different topic altogether. This is your conspiracy theories. This is your deep state. This is QAnon. This is anonymous. Yeah, I've mentioned those guys. I don't trust those guys. I don't listen to those guys. And unfortunately, I got a town that listens to them. We've got some diehard conspiracy fanatics over here who thinks everything's a conspiracy. They're all out to get them. We must be warned. We must be armed. We must live in fear. We must arm ourselves. We must take up arms. We must take up physical guns. Not the physical arms here, you know. We are armed. We are armed unless we're amputees or born without. Well, what I'm saying is, people believe in conspiracy theories because they've got nothing else to lose. They got nothing else to understand. They call themselves intelligent, but they're actually demonstrating ignorance. And I know, coming from a guy like me, who's considered what they would call a libtard. I grew up reading books. I grew up reading magazines. I grew up listening to the news all the times. Back then, you trusted your news agencies. You trusted who your reporters were. You trusted your news anchors. Because you knew they were not going to screw with you. They were not going to give you the wrong information. Social media comes up with the internet, and then all hell breaks loose. The rules are broken. Some things are fake, and other things you have to research like crazy just to understand if it's true or not. And if there are 3 or 4 agencies reporting on the same thing, is it the same way doing it, or is it different variations? Maybe they're looking at it from a different point of view, but still the same item that you're seeing here. It's one thing when you're looking at a natural disaster, a train derailment. You got 4 or 5 news agencies reporting on it. They show you different angles of it. Okay, fine. When you hear about politicians mouthing off because they can, trying to get your vote, and then saying other things, that I can't deal with, because you'll hear the same spin. What I can't stand is people are saying, shh, do you understand about this? Do you understand about that? Learn about this. Go to this site over here. It's called this one. It's called that one. They're talking about a cabal. Deep state. There's a deep state. The Illuminati's involved. The government is listening. The government's watching over their shoulders. Look, look, there's a camera in there somewhere. I knew it. I placed it in there last night. I thought I heard moving. Let's see, there's a camera. Oh no! They're using my camera on the laptop to watch me! Ah! Are we done yet? Fuck. Yeah, you heard me say it. I'm going to say it again. Fuck. I usually don't throw anything else out anyway. Come on. Come on, people. Get your head out of your asses. You gotta start doing this telephone line all over again? Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are dumb enough anyway. You're on social media doing this shit all the time. It's one thing when you're posting animal pictures left and right, or you're posting accidents left and right, trying to keep people informed. Cool with that. Or live shots of things happening at this point over here. But when you start going through other people's piles and compilations of what they're making and creating, they're trying to create an agenda for you to listen to. And therefore, you twist that around thinking the media is doing the same damn shit. I got news for you. The media has always been doing this damn shit, but in a way to try to get you informed of what's going on. When it comes down for politics, yeah, they're slanted because they've got their favorites. Managing editor, executive producers, even the top owner of the company may have an agenda for that. It's a given. Vietnam happened. Walter Cronkite was sent out, exposed some stuff out there, and CBS was catching a hell of a lot of hell on that one. But they were talking about the Vietnam War in a way that the public wasn't listening, because they weren't. And here's the thing. World War II, things were screened. Korea, things were screened. Vietnam, they got away with it because they wanted to show the public what was going on, and the public reacted to it. They reacted in a way that the government didn't like. There was it back in '68, there was a Democratic convention, and that the opposition didn't like what was going on, so they sent bully boys out. You go back further. You go back further in America's history. When the press was actually created, Ben Franklin was in charge of that. you had flyers being printed and sent out. There was an agenda in order to get the country working for the people. They wanted the people to rally up and to overthrow the British rule. And they had to put it in a way where the people can understand it. They wanted to tell the truth, but they also slanted it. They slanted it. As I said before, political agenda left and right. And it worked. Inspired and enthralled people, where they actually eventually got rid of the British. Of course, they came back from round two. But the thing of it is, media always had a slight advantage over the public. Newspapers, when you actually consider something called newspaper, something flimsy that you read on paper, printed ink, images on burned on there, and you would read this stuff. You read the editorials, you read the commentaries. So they're not all wise or all knowing. They all have sometimes their own agenda. They want things slanted their way so you understand it. However, in certain situations, they do want to report the correct news. That's just the way they bring it out. No wonder people are freaking out about the deep state at this point over here, that the government controls the media, or that deep state controls the media, or something else controls the media. Yeah, it's called political agenda of your newspaper and your news media organizations out there. The owners of those organizations want people to think in one way or another. It's how advertisers work. Advertising for stuff. Chip. Memory chip. Use this as an example. This dang thing can cut and slice and everything else at the same time. I need you to get over here and take a look at this here. This is a Ginsu chip. This is a Ginsu chip. This thing can... See how well it cuts. Well, maybe not so much. The Ginsu scissors. Notice how it slices and dices and everything. Never mind that one. The Ginsu tape. It slices and dices and everything. Are you getting the point, boys and girls? Are you actually getting the... I mean, duct tape for me right now is serious enough to repair my damn glasses. So is the scissors for this thing. That is for backup. Reality. QAnon and everybody else trying to tell you what's going on at this point over here. The only thing I got to tell you people is be skeptical of everything and anything. If you watch the news media, see if you can watch 2 or 3 just to see if you get different perspectives. But if they're saying different viewpoints of one item, you get people denying an event happened, and yet one company is promoting the event. And you honestly look at the event saying, yeah, okay, I understand that's happening here. That's why you go towards these other medias that fit your profile. Your mindset. Why am I stuck on CNN? Why am I not stuck on Fox News? Why am I not stuck on MSNBC? Well, sometimes MSC will cover the same thing. Sometimes CBS will cover the same thing in different formats, but they'll still cover the news. And when I got one other news organization, Fox News, tries to tell you something else, or even tries to promote somebody else saying, you're all doing fine, guys, when you're dying left and right by the hundreds, by the thousands. Come on. And even that is getting questioned. Even information concerning about death and open cases of the COVID-19. Yeah, we're bringing that damn bug up. People are arguing left and right whether or not the information is accurate or not. And I'm going to have to start questioning that myself, because when a government organization decides that they want to control everything, including how many deaths we got, they want to manipulate things for their own records, just to make sure they get back in office again. Now I tell you the truth. And at this point, it's going to be hard to get that information out. It's almost as bad as seeing a hurricane coming down the eastern Atlantic seacoast, and maybe or maybe not swinging into the Gulf. Storm tracks will show a particular heavy-duty storm coming through, but we would have an elected official saying, no, this area is going to be hit over here, and it's going to be hit over here. Look at the circle over here I just did. It's going to hit that area. We're going to need to focus everything else we got over there. And when the storm hits the wrong area, and it hits the area that was predicted, the federal help is little to zero. And the guy's saying, I don't know what the hell happened. It wasn't my fault. I just said where it was going to hit. And it should have hit here. I said so. But bad enough when you've got a part of a territory of the country, the United States, screaming and yelling their heads off because they got nailed and they're not getting any help, or very little help, except through private donations still left and right. And then you've got the main government saying, oh, they're all corrupt. They're U.S. citizens, but they're all corrupt. It's a crazy, topsy-turvy world. If we don't do our research, if we don't understand what the hell's going on, if we don't trust the facts we've got in front of us, then I guess we really are screwed, and conspiracy theorists will continue to peddle their fear-mongering left and right. Not information, not intelligence, but fear. Personally, anybody who keeps listening to that kind of QAnon crap, the conspiracy theories concerning about deep state theory, well, you deserve to be in a padded room with a straitjacket and eating soft food and think happy, happy thoughts as you crap in your clothing there. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to be outside of the crazy area, trying to enjoy the sunlight in the open. Because I don't believe in deep states, and I don't believe in conspiracy theories, and I sure as hell don't believe in any of that bullshit that people believe in. I'll tear apart the news, I'll tear apart whatever it is necessary to find out whatever it is real or not. I'll accept whatever it is that my gut tells me. Now, if we're talking about the apocalypse or revelation happening at this point over here, I'll get back to you on that one. As soon as God comes down from heaven, or Jesus comes down from heaven, I'm going to have a talk with him. Then if I'm allowed, I may have a talk with you folks again and say, well, yeah, I did have a nice, interesting talk with the Almighty Father and the Almighty Son at this point over here. We had a nice, lovely conversation. In fact, he brought over his entourage. All those nice prophets we've talked about and learned about a long time ago. Yeah, they came down. They're going to see how screwed up we humans are. That way, at least I'll know the information will be real enough. Yeah, we had one. One of these here days, I gotta get rid of this damn hair. I gotta shave, just shave this whole damn thing off. Become somewhat bald. Got a bald spot on top of here. That's real news right there. don't have the equipment for it. Just give me this damn hair shaved. That's all I need.